VeChain, I have neglected you guys long enough. VeChain has dropped a good 36% from the highs. There is panic at the disco. But what if I told you the biggest trade opportunity that I've seen on VeChain's chart so far is this right here? When there's blood on the streets, that's where you step in, because oftentimes you're able to capture some amazing bids, trade setups that are super duper easy to manage. Would I personally sell VeChain right here? Frigging no. Here's what I'm seeing. Get onto the weekly time frame on VeChain. We are currently getting a very generous test of an important region of resistance now flipped into support. If I go ahead and smack a line right here at around 5 cents, this is that critical region of resistance now flipped into support. The last time VeChain lived over this region, guys, was only here in 2022. It's been over 2.5 years since we last lived over this region. But in addition to this being a critical region of resistance now flipping into support, there was something else that fell in right here. The neckline to a beautiful cup and handle formation. This right here is currently marking the break of that cup and handle formation. The measured move to this pattern will take VeChain all the way up to 24 cents, aka its previous all-time high, which is a good 326% from where price is currently at. However, would I be buying VeChain right here, or can we actually break down a bit more? Well, I want to figure out if the bears are exhausted. I want to figure out if all of these sellers here, are they finally losing steam? Well, for me to figure that out, I'm going to get into the Mango dashboard. I want you guys to use the dashboard to help you filter out coins actually worth trading. There are thousands out there. How do you know which ones are even worth the trade? Right, so this dashboard is going to help you out with just that. Get into VeChain right here. I want to figure out if the sellers are exhausted. Now, one way in which I can figure out if the sellers are exhausted is by looking at the trend and the volatility profile right here. So first things first. 2-day to the weekly time frame, we have bullish trends on those time frames. Okay, long equals bullish, that's why it's green. However, our lower time frames, like the 4-hour time frame and the 12-hour time frame, are currently swinging short, aka bearish, and that's why it's red. Now we're seeing these lower time frame pullbacks but into higher time frame support, which is how trends move exactly, right? They move like this, ebb and flow of price action, higher highs, higher lows. As traders, we want to capture these higher lows on the charts. We want to capture the pullback opportunity. And right now the dashboard is telling us just that. But I want to figure out, is this it for the pullback, or are we going to see lower? Or can prices actually bounce here? Well, for that I get onto the volatility profile. High red numbers, okay? It's expanded on the lower time frames. Red equals exhaustion, a zone of exhaustion. All right, so the volatility is telling us that the sellers might be exhausted. If there's any time where we could see a bounce, it could be right now. But all right, this is one piece of the puzzle. I don't want to look at this in isolation. Can I actually beef up my trade? Well, for that, let's get into the chart. You always want to beef up your trade, actually see this confluence with price action as well. Now, what I particularly am going to be looking for here is support. All right, is there any critical region of support that price is currently sitting on that will also give us a better tell in that, okay, prices might very well bounce here? Well, for that, go ahead onto the daily time frame, turn on the Mango dynamic indicator. Price is catching a bid on daily dynamic support. Why is this important? Because this has been guiding VeChain's trend ever since it started right here, okay? This was November of this year. We have literally trended just on daily dynamic support. In fact, 12-hour dynamic support, if you ask me. But so far, just on this, it's done 251% to the top. All right, even from where price is at right now, you're still up a good 158% from the pullback. Now, the dynamic has done extremely well in catching the trend every time VeChain actually starts its uptrend. This was the markup phase last year, okay? This too as well. You can see that it trended on daily dynamic support. Every touch of the dynamic support was picked up by the bulls. You're able to manage trades off of that daily dynamic support very well. If it breaks, you know, hey, you're wrong on the trade, get out of the trade. Oftentimes it gives you a retest, get out on the retest, and then position lower, because chances are prices are coming down lower, but it gives you a lot of information right there. This was the previous bull market of 2020. Notice once again trending on the daily dynamic support. VeChain rallied a good 2,000% just on daily dynamic support once again. We had a few violations, but still, as soon as we took out dynamic resistance, flipped it back into support, you knew that, okay, the system has gone off again, time to get back in. For those of you who do not have access to the dynamic indicator, here is the bid zone. It comes in from around 0.052 going down to 0.051. It's a sliver of a range, but a range nonetheless. So this is the bid opportunity on VeChain right now. Now, for those of you looking to capture this bid on VeChain, I definitely suggest checking out the BitUnix exchange. There's no KYC, no country restriction. So irrespective of where you are, you're able to jump into the exchange. And if you use the link in the description below, you can get up to 5.5K in bonuses, so take advantage of that. Now, here's the cherry on top of the icing. I'm going to go ahead and smack a horizontal right here on our bid zone. And now I'm going to get onto the monthly time frame. 5 cents is also the trigger of the cup and handle formation on the break. 5 cents is also the critical region of resistance now flipped into support. And 5 cents is also our daily dynamic system. And it's an easy trade to manage. Why? Because as soon as prices break that daily dynamic to the downside, we get 2 confirmed closes underneath that level. You know you're wrong on the trade and you get to get out with a minimal loss and now position for a lower bid on VeChain. Keep it as simple as that. Now, the dynamic indicator is moving with price action. We have a new print on every daily candle. So if you guys want to keep up with that, then make sure you're hitting the sub and the bell icon. Yes, we're seeing pullbacks across the board, but don't lose sight of the forest for one tree, because the target that we're looking at only comes in at 24 cents, which is going to be a good 341% from where price is currently at. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the likes. I will now see you in the Discord chat. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.